Things are certainly starting to get exciting in the league. We're currently sat in fifth spot with a couple of games coming up against number 1 and number 2 in the league. Plus, we've got a semi-final game to play in the Intermediate Cup. We might actually win something this year. What's happening, guys? Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Unknown to Icon. I'm Razmataz, and today we've got some massive games coming up. We have got our semi-final game against Bangor. Then we've got 2 games coming up against number 1 and number 2 in the league. So Armagh and Queen's University Belfast as well. We've never beaten these guys. We drew against Armagh, and we've had some good results against Bangor. However, we are having some slight troubles. We obviously had Tom Jenkins in on loan. He has gone back to Wrexham. It was only a short-term loan, so unfortunately he isn't here, so he's not going to make it to the end of the season. For whatever reason, I seem to have it in my head that the last game of the season was against Tobermoor United, and it definitely isn't. We've got about 5 more to play, I think. 5 or 6 more to play. So Tom Jenkins we've unfortunately lost, and obviously we're not in the transfer window, so we can't bring anybody else in. We've then also got the problem, although he wasn't a sign-in for me, he was already at the club when I came in. Chris Cohen has been suspended for the next game against Bangor. So we're not in the greatest of positions when it comes to midfield. However, this is the team for today. So we've got Hunter in goal, Gavin Conn at left back, Owen and Fielding as the centre backs, Cooney at right back. Sean Brown is not fully fit at the moment, so he's having to sit this one out. So hopefully Cooney can do a job. If not, we can swap Fielding out across there and obviously bring Dylan Snodden on to replace. OG Gallagher and Davis at central midfield. Downey coming in from the left, Dixon from the right, and then up top, McCavitt and Pedro as usual. Obviously, our bench isn't the biggest when it comes to cup games, so we're really hoping that we're going to be able to make do with Cooney and Con, and therefore Jake Willis might have to come on, but he's been a pretty poor performer, to be honest, the whole time he's been at the club. Either way, I think we might just about to be able to get the job done as long as we play cautiously. So I'm going to go for a cautious mentality. That being said, let's get stuck into the game with Bangor and hopefully secure ourselves a spot in the final of the Intermediate Cup. For some strange reason, Sean Brown is upset that he was left out of the team, even though he's on about 2/3 of his fitness, which is just obviously not selection worthy for a cup semi-final. We need everybody fully fit, raring to go. And I think we've put together the best squad based on fitness and based on ability. I'm a little bit concerned about the midfield situation, but McMahon has been good for us the whole time he's been here playing. So, that was almost in straight off the bat. We're nearly 1-0 up there. Here we go then, up to DJ Pedro. McCavitt takes it on, but unfortunately can't beat Harris to the ball there. It does go back to Taylor, their goalkeeper. They are playing out of defence. Hopefully, in their lower league standards, they'll make a couple of mistakes. McCavitt, he's through on goal. Oh, he's only gone and buried it. Stephen McCavitt absolutely smashes one in the far right corner. This guy, I tell you, inconsistent as hell. I was stand by that. Since the start, he's been a bit inconsistent. You know, he started having one good game, one bad game. When he's on form, he is elite at this level. Look at that. That is a cracking finish. Him and DJ Pedro up top have been an absolute godsend since we brought DJ Pedro in as the target forward. They got a free kick though, and Hunter seems to have come into his own as well. Normally, he would have just let that one float straight in, but on form today. Corner coming in. Foster's going to play it. Into the middle. OG Gallagher. Big boy header away. Out for a throw, hopefully. No highlight. Continuation. Perfect. I was going to say, or if not, we can hopefully get the ball back pretty quick and bang it up the other end. I cannot believe in a cup semi-final, we are 1-0 up. Away from home against Bangor, a team that were touted to beat us. They were odds on better than us today, and it was going to be their day. It is concerning to me, however, that the police are currently winning 1-0 in their game, and we've not managed to beat them all year. Happy with your performance so far. You're doing a cracking job, lads. DJ Pedro's looking a bit tired. Owen's looking a bit tired as usual, and so is Fielding. We are going to have a problem there if both of these lot need to come off. That is a problem. Owen is looking like he needs to come off. When is the right time to bring on Snodden? Maybe it is now. Wait for the 70th. All right, here we go. We're in. Okay, Dylan Snodden comes on for Owen. He was too tired. Niall Fielding is knackered as well, but there's not really much else that I can do there. If I had a right back on the bench, Davies, being upset that he wasn't being played, I could put Cooney in at centre back, and we could then also bring on Davis at right back. But we didn't go with that decision. Who is looking a bit ropey here? 6.4 from Gavin Conn, not so great. He has played pretty well most of the other games, though. DJ Pedro is knackered. So what we are going to do, can Dixon play over on that right-hand side? No. Davies can, though. So what we could do is do that and then bring Chris McMahon in. Play McMahon as the central midfielder on attack. We'll play OG Gallagher as the deep line playmaker. Davies comes in, moves up, to the left-hand side to play as the inverted winger. Hopefully he'll have a better game there. He doesn't seem to play very well in midfield. And then Downey up top as our target forward. Do we bring Gavin Conn off? We've only got one more sub. We're not going to make them all at one time. Let's get back in. We've been holding out relatively nicely. They are starting to get the upper hand, but here we go. Our corner, OG Gallagher in. They do manage to head it straight back out. It's back in again. Oof, I thought McCavitt had scored a header there again. OG Gallagher and McCavitt, fantastic players for us this year. I don't know what we would have done without them, to be totally honest. Oh, Snodden with a big header out. Ball falls to O'Kane. He puts it back in. OG Gallagher again there to make the stop. Hughes is going to have a bang, but it bounces straight off their play. I thought we were going to nick it there. D Senna. Shouldn't he be in a race car? Oh, it's a penalty. Oh no, McMahon's given away a penalty. Come on, Hunter. You've done it for us before. He went the right way as well. That's got something to do with his aerial reach. Surely he just sort of collapses down to the ground. Oh, God. Okay. We're not going to change from this cautious mentality. It's done us well. OG Gallagher looking like needs to come off. We're not going to bring on Willis for OG Gallagher. That is not going to happen. He is having a bit of a shocker, though. Gavin Conn even worse. So, Jake Willis does come on. And we will play him as the inverted wing-back, just trying not to get into trouble with his manager. Right, come on then, boys. Let's shout him out. Let's give the encourage shout whenever I can. Not going to happen. And that is going to be the end of time. It is going to finish 1-1. We are going to go to extra time. Does this mean that we get an extra sub in the Intermediate Cup? If not, OG Gallagher is going to struggle. Come on then, boys. Let's encourage the lads. We got this. We can make another sub by the look of it. Saying that Evans should come on for fielding, that is obviously not going to happen. There is no way I'm going to be playing a centre-back there. Do I bring off the star man in McCavitt? I don't think so. I think what we do is bring on Ryan Gawley for Curtis Davis, who is struggling at the moment, and we're going to play him as a winger. He's also on a card, and he's tired. Oh, this is a Bangor throw. Fielding, hoofs the ball forward, falls to their player in Morris. D. Senna drops the ball in. Hunter manages to make the save there. I'm always panicky now. We're on edge. Is this another absolute thriller of a cup time? And it's not been the greatest in terms of the 1-1, but are we going to end up back at penalties again? Willis plays the ball into Fielding to OG Gallagher. Passes it through to Dixon. Back to Cooney. Ball over the top. Downey's not quick enough to get there. D. Senna plays it over. Davies has got there before he comes off. He's only gone and scored. Unbelievable stuff. Do I still want to make the tactical change? That is the question it's going to ask me. Do we want to bring off Davies? There's no other real choice other than to bring McCavitt off and swap in Evans. I think we do and try and hold out. We've now got more fitness on the wings. Let's start the second half of extra time. Come on, lads. We're doing this. Let's go. Oh, their highlight, though. Morris passing the ball about. Passes it to their left back, Glover. Pops the ball forward. Fielding's there, makes a big header. McMahon give away the penalty, but he's been all right since. McCavitt's in. Was he offside? No, he wasn't. But DeSena stops the ball before it goes out of play for what I assume would have been a corner there. Dixon tries to play the ball in. Not going to happen. Makes the pass to OG Gallagher. He will find... Oh, he found McMahon and he chips the ball up and Connor Downey nods it in. That is 3-1 in extra time. We are through to the final of the Intermediate Cup. I don't see... Well, I mean, it's possible, but I don't see that we're going to mess it up from here. We've got 5 minutes left to hold out. The boys are going to do it, I think. We're going to praise the lads. They've done fantastically well. And it's over. Wonderful stuff. That was a fantastic win for us, boys. Well done. We are through to the final. Let's win some silverware, shall we? And here it is confirmed. The final will be played against Police Service of Northern Ireland, a team that we really haven't had the best of luck against. We got beaten 3-1 by them recently away from home. And then the last time that we played them before that, we drew 1-1. So, maybe it's a Tobermoor United kind of situation, you know. 1 loss against Tobermoor, 1 draw against Tobermoor, 1 win against Tobermoor. Draw, loss, surely we're going to beat the police on our final game of the season. Surely we are to win the Intermediate Cup. I'm hopeful. I think it's going to happen. Now, an interesting time has come because we've been offered a new contract at Banbridge. As you can see, they've offered me a 1-year contract extension on £300 a week with a 7k transfer budget and a £120 per week wage budget. But I think we are going to be moving on at the end of the season. So I'm probably just going to walk away from this contract. I think. I don't think that I'm going to be staying at Banbridge Town after this year. I think the plan is that we try and find ourselves a new club and move on to a bit of a higher tier. We've got ourselves a coaching qualification now, and we seem to be overachieving at Banbridge. I feel like that might make us quite a desirable candidate for another team. So we're probably going to walk away from this one and look to move on to bigger things. Okay, here we go. This is the team for our game against Armagh. We are basically going to be going with a very similar team to what we had last time, just a very slight change. So we have got Hunter in goal, Willis at left back. He did a job when he came on. He had a good performance, so we've popped him in there. Owen is going to be playing at centre back with Cooney today as the no-nonsense centre back. And then we've got Brown at right back. OG Gallagher and Cohen is back in the midfield. Downey from left wing. Tomlinson from the right wing, and McCavitt and Pedro up front. Obviously on the bench, we've got a very strong bench today in terms of, you know, our level. We've got Fielding who's on the bench. He's not 100% fit, so we've got him there as an option to come on at right back or at centre back, which is a good. Gavin Conn gives us an option at left back and at centre back, which is nice to have as well. And then McMahon, Davis can play across, obviously, these two attacking midfielder positions or in central midfield if we need him. And then Jack Evans as our striking option on the bench as well. Let's get into the game and hopefully beat the guys at the top of the table and maybe see if we can start to push our way up there. That'd be nice. It's a big match day. It is a big match day. Top of the table against 5th in the table. We are definitely making a big old push up towards the top of this table. I feel like the momentum is going in our favour. I really thought for a minute we were going to finish sort of mid-table-ish, but we are 32 points. Armagh on 41. There's a small chance that we could get promoted and possibly even go up as champions here. A few good results in these last games, and we might have a cracker of a season. Here we go. Headed forward by Owen. Goes to their player in Conway. Holloway passes it back across to Conway to Anderson. Anderson. Oh, I thought he'd been tackled there, but he hasn't. Straight into the middle. There's their players everywhere. Hunter somehow has caught hold of the ball, but then just put it down in front of our player there. Who was that? In front of Owen, and he's just hoofed it away. They are much better than we are. However, we might be able to pull something out of this game. Even if it is only a draw, that is a good result for us. Here we go, highlight for Armagh. Holloway puts the ball in. McCart heads it over the bar. I'm getting a bit nervy. It doesn't really, make a difference. We could still get some decent results moving forward, but I would love to pick up a victory against top of the table. Tomlinson somehow manages to keep his toe on that, puts it into Cooney, in towards Cohen. Doesn't manage to do anything with it. Brown with the header, back to OG Gallagher. Across to Cohen again, just roaming around the field. Connor Downey. Their players seem to be a bit quicker than ours as well. We're not really getting much on the break. It is going to have to be this long ball tactic that. Oh! How has that not been given? That was definitely over the line. Oh my days! If this was the Premier League, oh, I can't believe that. If that turns out to be the thing that causes us not to win this game, I'm going to be very upset. Let's get stuck back in. Come on, boys. You're encouraged. Cooney to OG Gallagher. Ball through to the middle. DJ Pedro, their keeper, makes a wonder save. I can't believe that nonsense previously. That was definitely over the line. Cooney with another throw in. Gallagher tries to pass it back to Cooney. Tried to make the turn, but it wasn't happening. Duffy steals the ball off him. Passes it forward to Anderson. McCann's on the break. Owen's not quick enough to keep up. Fielding comes across. Not even Fielding, is it? Fielding's not on the field. Nothing comes of that highlight. Let's work the ball into the box. That'll give us, a better opportunity to convert these. Yes, Scott McCann, he just went on a little run there and it was kind of scary. King with the throw in to Anderson. Back to King. McCaffrey squares the ball across to Dupree. Yumi and Dupree. Oh no! Stefan Lavery knocks the ball in. And unfortunately, I feel like if that goal had been given that went over the line, I feel like that would have made us at least have a bit more confidence, We could have gone on to do something with it. As per usual, Owen's knackered. So Snodden comes on for Owen. There's no other terrible performances out there. Jake Willis just does not like starting. Every game that man starts is terrible. We were playing him as a fullback as opposed to an inverted winger, but it shouldn't really make a difference. And Stephen McCavitt is also not having the greatest of games. The only thing I need to be cautious of here is that DJ Pedro is not the fittest right now. I suppose there is the option. What are you like as a poacher? Pretty good. It's kind of where you want to play. Let's try Connor Downey out there, and we'll bring Curtis Davis on to play on the left wing. And then let's see what came of this. Holloway headed out by, I think that was Owen. Elliot Owen does head it away. Lavery's just given an open opportunity there by Willis. Good job with bringing him off. Off he comes. Let's encourage the lads again. What can we do here to change things up? Nothing in terms of a performance. Pedro looking like he needs to come off. We could, I suppose, do that. Swap across Evans and Downey. Brown is on a yellow card and looking like he's struggling. Let's bring Fielding on. Fielding wants to play as a no-nonsense centre-back or a full-back. We'll just leave him on full-back for now. Right, come on then. Perhaps we need to change things up a little bit. Let's go attacking. We need to do something here. Demand more from the boys. No, it's not going to happen. King puts the ball in. Cooney heads it away to Evans. Evans heads it miles forward. That's a big old header from Evans. Dupree on the ball again. He caused us problems last time. Davis manages to make the interception. That is wonderful. Gavin Conn hoofs the ball forward straight to their player. We have just not been able to break them down at all. From the 8 shots we've had, we've only had 2 on target, and we've had nothing really at their goal line, apart from that pass back from their player, which I'm certain went over the line. And if it had, might have given us, the confidence and the up to get it going. Fielding heads the ball, but not very far, just to Duffy, and he pops it straight over. And I think, I was going to say that might be us done, but perhaps not. Ball forward from Hunter. Straight back to Hunter, to Snodden, to OG Gallagher, Cooney. Snodden back to Cohen. Forward towards Evans. Unable to get his head on it. Ball is hoofed forward. Gavin Conn picks it up, but Lavery manages to just sneak up on him. Hunter has picked up the ball safely, although it could have been classed as a pass back there if we weren't careful. Ball forward. It's fallen to Evans, who just can't seem to be left alone. As soon as he's got on that ball there, he's chested it down and it's gone straight to their player. Back to Lavery on the right-hand side. He's just running us ragged, kicking lumps out of the air there. Never seen that animation before, just swing and a miss. Oh, he's gone down injured. Lovely. Don't stop the game. Keep playing. They've left it go on, but that is going to be it. So Armagh do manage to beat us 1-0, unfortunately. I'm really not sure about that. I feel like that goal was a goal. I feel like it went in that pass back, but clearly not. Well, some ups and downs there. The win, obviously, in the semi-final does put us through to the final of the Intermediate Cup, which is great. But then the loss against Armagh does mean that we're in sixth spot with some pretty tough games to go towards the end of the season. We've got Queen's University, Moyola Park, Bangor, and Limavady, who are all currently in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, respectively. We might end up in 2nd place and end up with a promotion spot. We might also end up a bit further down the table, which is kind of scary. Anyway, when we come back next time, we'll be playing that final game of the season against Limavady United, and we will be playing the game in the final of the Intermediate Cup against the Police. If you enjoyed that video and the series so far, please do drop a like. It does help massively. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more FM23 content.